homicide, it's a suicide. Tell him seeking you will find, cause I'ma lose my mind. Kick a nigga ass, then give him my shoes to shine. It's do or die, I come from where we used to crime. The ooze and nine, more important than school supplies. The blues is dry, my niggas and the food is fried. The news is lies, the pigeons is too spook to fly. The rules denied, all the toughest goons is mine. That's Tunch's slime, they kill you and go do the time. We unified, y'all money revolutionized. The new design, we had to leave the flukes behind. They're supersized, the numbers through the roof and sky. Don't look too surprised, look through the lines. We making moves and stride, grooves and vibes. I'm too alive, these hoes need to be supervised. They put on a cute disguise, you grooms is blind. She get dick in the Uber ride, number 2 with fries. I'm pimping, now who am I? I'm who and why. I'm rude and kind, my cars are computerized. I'm cruising by, smoking blunts, Ruben size. You fools can try, these tools getting utilized. You euthanize, put the skirt, shoot and drive.
You run to when you're down. I just wanna fly. I'ma show you tonight that I'ma put it on you, baby. Take you past the sky. I just wanna be.
You have some great stories from Los Angeles. Maybe hit us with a few of those.
It's another great place to play and compete, and LA always had great teams. Kobe, we tried everything. He was just, you couldn't stop him. He was
full on Kobe mode,
unguardable.
Yeah.
So one time we kind of had him in the corner, and the shot clock was going down, and it was right in front of our bench. Somebody played him from the top side, so he couldn't turn around over his left shoulder to shoot with the right. So he kind of like is stuck there. He sees the shot clock, and just turns around, shoots it with the left, draws three-pointer from the corner, and we're all like, what? I mean, it's just, his skill level was unbelievable. There was not one shot that he didn't have in his repertoire. So to me, in my 20 years, he was probably the best offensive player or best player I've seen and faced.
Kobe, man. Honestly, I was glad. That's how beat up I was. You know what I mean? And then if I could do it over again, honestly, bro, I would rather not even get there.
Damn.
To not win it.
That's why.
No, honestly,
that's
to get there, to get there and not win it, it hurt. It hurts. You know what I mean? You get all the way to the Super Bowl. You're the Patriots. You don't want every game.
Mentally.
And that number one game that mattered the most, you know what I mean? Giants knock you off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would, a great experience. It did a lot for the city. Did a lot for me as far as, with the culture and my fans and everything. But, for me, it was tough because, obviously that was the last time that I was able to get there. And then, it's real. But that's how people define the greats. You know what I mean? By that hardware, man.
Championship.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was a great story right there, my brother. And I want to ask you about one of your guys, man. I rest in peace, Cole. Old Kobe, man.
Yeah.
Now, the relationship you had with Kobe, man.
Just a colossal amount of respect, admiration. The dude was a monster. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen anything like that besides Black Jesus. You know what I mean? And it was like kind of like a splitting image. And he could do and affect the game just like my hero. You know what I mean? Like anybody know me, like, you know, Black Jesus is everything to me. He the one that gave me the vision. He the one that made me want to be Allen Iverson, you know, on that dance floor.
Wow.
And Cole was just that same, it was just like, cause you know, I tried to emulate, you know, I the way I created my game was I wanted to jump like Mike. I wanted to, you know, rebound like Barkley, be dominant like Shaq. I wanted to pass like Magic, shoot like Bird, fast like Isaiah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And implement all of that into one game. And, you know, being 6 foot tall, there was only so much stuff that I could, you know, put into my game and be effective. Cole was 6'6", so he could play with his back to the basket. He could get by you. He could shoot blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? He could do everything on the basket. He was fierce on defense. You know what I mean? He took that challenge of guarding a 6 foot guy like myself. Like, you know, when I looked at big guys trying to guard me, I'm like, man, are you serious? Like, come on, man. And this man gave me problems. And he was just so mentally tough and such a student of the game. You know what I mean? I tell that story all the time where, you know, we get to LA and he take me out to eat. And time, I'm young. So, what you doing, Cole? I'm going to the club. All right, I'm going to the gym. Like, this dude was dedicated to being the best. And I always talk about my favorite players, and I never put nobody before Mike because of what Mike did for me. You know what I mean? I wanted to actually be like Mike. You talk about the commercial, like I wanted to really be like Mike. You know what I mean? He meant that much to me. And he's a big reason for me being the Hall of Fame basketball player that I was. But I never put nobody second, you know, besides Cole. So, you know,
that's it. That nobody.
It's Mike, it's Cole, and then it's everybody else.
Everybody else, all the people that
that's
talk
when
about
Steph
now,
Curry come,
all them
Shaq
Bronze and all
and
them
LeBron
all
come,
behind them.
Right. After Cole, and you know, we were never like the type of guys that call each other on the phone and, you know, hang out with each other all the time. But the respect and the love was there every time I saw him. Every time I saw him.
Anywhere. On
the court, off the court, whatever. You know what I mean? Because he brought so much out of me, and I like to think I did the same thing.
Oh, you did.
Top five. I'll tell you my top five, all right? But out of my top five, like the 70s and 60s, I kind of leave out. Like the Chamberlains, the Elgin Baylors, the Jerry West. Them like just legends. It's just all respect. But kind of them 80s on up, for real. For me, that's really kind of my history.
So wait, let's hear your top five.
My top five is Michael Jordan, of course, is number one to me. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is number two. Kobe Bryant is number three. Shaq is number four. Just seeing these, they dominating ability. And LeBron, probably by the end of his career, is my number five. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going off without going off, like I said, you kind of leave the Chamberlains and stuff. You just give them they praise and respect, and not just leaving them out. But just me being the 80s baby. Well, who would you say your top five is?
Mike.
And if you can put them in the order.
Mike, obviously. One. Kobe, two. Shaq, three. Hakeem. I say Hakeem, four. And Magic.
Ooh.
I can't argue with that. You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
I was going to say Kareem, but I'm like, Hakeem was just as good. Like these dudes really was dominating games on the same level, but one team was winning more. And so we say this guy might have been the greatest, but like these dudes actually doing kind of the same stuff out there, like putting up the same dominant numbers.
When Kobe wasn't making the playoffs or going home first round,
he was still killing.
He was the best
That's what I'm
player
saying.
in the
Like,
world.
He was still killing. That's how I look at
Like
it.
I'm talking about, he going home
just a
first
skill
round
level.
to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Everybody in the league know that Kobe was the best player in the
When
world.
I say the best, when I look at these dudes, I'm like, this dude is unguardable.
That's
by
why-
anybody on the floor, I think he's the best guy walking on this court right now.
That's one of the main reasons that I
Yep.
feel that Kobe is constantly disrespected in this whole
But that's why I
GOAT
said
and
Kobe
everything. No, I'm not saying that y'all did it. I'm just saying period. But I feel like I literally had to guard him. Prime, 3P, all the way
too.
to whatever you want to say. Like, please, bruh,
It's different.
you hear me? Like, please, what are y'all talking about?
It's ridiculous.
My top 5 is MJ, Kobe, easy Kobe.
Easy number 2 ever.
Exactly.
I don't even want to say number 2. It's like they just up here with
Man,
each other.
bro, like
Not in greatness,
on
but
my
in
list.
terms of skill. To
man, it's MJ, Kobe, Shaq. Then I'm going LeBron. Then I go Kareem.
See, I like to put these dudes in there when they don't. When they retired though, like that's when like I really want to.
Like I really wouldn't like. I really don't really use Kareem as a measuring stick because he, like he said, he's in the 70s and pre all of that, and like he just greatness.
Yeah.
I don't want to even
Yeah.
really mess with that.
He like one to me. He like one of the founding fathers.
That's
of this whole
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like him, Bill
So I put
Russell, they
Kareem
just like
and-
over
yeah,
there.
Bill
Him,
Russell,
Bill, they
I'm
over
just
there.
like,
You don't
yo,
even
y'all
mess
just-
with them. Like you know what I'm saying. Like you
Y'all
don't even.
y'all the towers
they-
of this whole shit.
Exactly.
Y'all help build this whole thing. So it's like it's hard to put them in there. Plus
Yeah.
they big fellas like
And then that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I kind of just lead them over there. But like,
they really positional players, like dominant just at that position. I'm on the block with it.
and I feel like we have to put. I can't not put Shaq in there because he the baddest
current,
dude to
though.
walk this planet.
Yeah. what I
Like he
said.
the
Shaq.
bad.
He's
Like
so
that
current,
man.
too,
the man.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Like man.
he was never ever seen.
He seriously. He transcends any. I don't care what year, what era. What
Oh,
he
no, he
gon'
done destroying
gon'
everybody.
monster kill everybody. Nobody in no year, no time was bigger or stronger. They can't deal with it.
And Shaq used to
Dr.
dunk on
Thunder.
people like y'all played against Shaq in the
Trust
prime
me.
years.
Trust
So-
me.
3P.
That man
Come on.
body hurt when
They
he
had
was
the
man.
number. They had the number one.
Man of Steel.
And
They
the-
starting games off doing what? Tossing that thing right
360
down there.
layer.
The number one and number two player in the league.
Was
The
on
number
Lakers.
one and
Yeah.
number two players in the league was on the same team when we got to the league.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you.
You had
like,
to chill for a few years.
Guarding Kobe, like you remember the scene in Love and Basketball, bro, when Sanaa Lathan, she defended, and it's like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's my description every time guarding Kobe. Like bruh, the man, like everybody know it was at one point where he literally is the one player in the league. He might shoot a left hand. He'll do anything.
Yeah.
You can't put nothing past him. He'll
Long
do
leg.
anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, try
and he was,
anything.
that's what I'm saying. He was out there like, I tried on you, boy. Like I try something and not even care. Like I try something on
Yeah.
you. And then like how you out there like, bruh, this dude here.
on some shit.
What?
He's on
He
some
was
shit.
like
Please.
the fourth.
And they disrespect him constantly.
He was
Like
just
nobody had the mentality that he had. Like, man, that man was like, it's kill everybody all the time. Can't nobody fight me. You say something to me, I'm putting 50 on you. And I'm not saying it. I'm talking about literally I'm about to try and put 50 on you.
Yes.
Like, and I'm going to talk bad. Man, please.
05, 06 season, I think.
Please, man. That man was a killer.
I was staying up late, senior in high school, watching him going to work. I watched that 81-point game live, and when he got to cooking in that night, I was like, "This is the greatest player I ever seen, dog."
Bruh.
I really thought that night. I'm like, man, he's shooting fades. He coming into the lane, stopping on the dime, give you 2 pump fakes
Foul
right
him.
before 3 seconds. I'm
Playing
pulling up,
hard, physical, but trying to get man. Okay,
screaming on you after
okay.
he dunked. Like
Oh, okay. You
Okay.
going? Oh, okay. That's what you. Oh, okay. I'm about to.
he was screaming like all the best defenders that I heard of in the league coming up. Like before I got into the league. Bruce Bowens, the Shane Battier's, the Raja Bells. Like he was really going right at them every night, and he was really trying to punk them. Like he really tried short. Like they was good defenders. They got paid for playing defense, and Kobe was like, nah,
going crazy.
Stop
Nobody was
playing
gonna
with
get
me.
no name on.
Nah, you weren't getting the Kobe stopper name. Ruben Patterson.
They tried.
Stop.
Game winners on that board.
Nah, he
like,
was cooking them peoples, man. I'm like, he too good in this league because like he was like the rest of the two guys in the league was catch and shoot threes, or they was great defenders, or they couldn't really shoot, and they was pick and roll guys. It was like not a complete two guard around at that time, like not real complete like Kobe.
And we went out for a little while, and he gave me some extra motivation, man, in the most Kobe way. He was like, man, I think Golden State's definitely gonna win a championship this year. Bro, can you imagine Kobe saying this, bro? This is like my hero, bro. He's like, yo, I think Golden State's really gonna win a championship this year, bro. Bro, we had dinner, bro, and this dude says this shit to me, man. I'm looking at this dude like, bro, what? Like, what? Bro, he not just fucking say that to me, bro. There's no way he just said that to me. He was dead ass too, though. He said, nah, man, I think, Golden State's gonna win this game. They're gonna win the championship this year, bro. And you know, man, you got a few responses that you could give back to just the greatest to play this game. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, when I say the greatest to play this game, it doesn't mean I'm knocking anybody else. Let me finish my story, because you know how fucking these people be wildin'. Alright, chill. The greatest to play this game to me. Who fuck what you talking about? I don't care about your stats. I don't care about all the greatest. I don't fucking care. Alright? Greatest to play this game to me. Alright, let me continue my story. Sorry, that's not Aries talking. So he says that to me, right?
Kobe for sure was number one on my list.
Yeah.
Just because I had a student-teacher relationship with him.
Yeah.
So I only had access to his highlights for 10, 12 years. So when I got to the league to challenge him, it was like, no, this is my moment. I'm going at arguably the greatest of all time in my book. So I had to give him some shit.
You do?
Yeah,
But
just
Kai,
like
do you-
just like I give our peers like some shit. Like when
But
we
do
go
you
against
love-
one another.
do
You
you
know the
love-
small wins that
Of course.
you're in the crowd and you're like, is there something personal?
Of course.
You're like, is there something deep that we don't know? But it's like majority of the time it probably is that. But at this point in myself, no, it's literally just a creed that we have. Let's
go at each other,
In
man.
my top 5, Jay, your cousin, doesn't have him in the top 10. Is it worth the conversation?
That's a little blasphemous.
Now remember, before you answer this, cousin. Before you answer this, remember that we're talking about a time when the big man, right? The game goat, the game, how he was raised.
Before
Go
I
ahead.
start to cut you off, let me hear your top 10. Go ahead.
James, Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell, Magic, Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, you.
Who?
James, Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell, Magic, Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, you.
So you put LeBron over Kobe.
I do.
Why is that?
I don't think he did nothing better than Kobe, except shoot free throws. I don't think Brian did nothing better than Kobe except shoot free throws. Nothing.
That's your opinion. I totally disagree. I think Michael Jordan was perfection, right?
Right.
Who was the closest thing next to Mike?
But he wasn't that though. I mean, he was a carbon copy of Jay, but he wasn't. He wasn't as good as Jay.
If you're the closest thing to perfection, what does that make you? Pretty fucking good.
It makes you closer to perfection, only except this dude, with that also being said, this dude, with all of the stuff that he had to go through, how many times he could have folded, not only folded, how many times he came back better, just like you. How many times you could have folded when you squandered or when you were in the playoffs and you didn't do what you needed to do. You could have folded, only except you came back better. Not only did you come back better, you came back even more dominant and basically shook the league and destroyed the league. There's a generation of kids that don't know the NBA Finals without LeBron James. There are teams that are put together, like when you were running around, that were put together to stop you and you only. That's the same thing that's going on with James. And with that being said, this guy, he surpassed all expectations, just like you being the number one overall pick. and living up to the hype. This dude did the same thing, improved every year. Not only improved every year,
All right, give me your top 5 two guards.
Oh, it's Jordan, Bryant, Wade, Drex. I don't have James Harden in my top 5 because I don't think he's a 2 guard. I think he's more of a combo guard. I think that same thing with Steph Curry.
Good thing about these conversations, everybody's gonna have their different opinion.
Right.
I always thought it was disrespectful that, you can compare whoever you want, but the fact that Kobe's name was never mentioned when you talk about the great, I thought that was a little disrespectful.
Here's the thing. And again, Big, I got him at 11. I don't have him at 17. I don't have him at 19. I got him at 11. Right out. I only think 10 players in NBA history are better than him. That's it. Not 16, not 20, just 10.
And there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with you.
Of course it is. That's what I got to deal with all the time, especially from this dude over here and this chick right here.
First of all, she's not a chick. She's a young lady.
I'm sorry. This young lady right here. So.
Thank you.
I apologize. This young lady right here.
No, but that's why I like having these conversations. Everybody has a different opinion. And, but I definitely got him in my top 5. I definitely got him in my top 10. But.
Now remember too, Big. I'm not speaking from somebody that was on the outside. I was there when you two dudes turned into what you turned into from the beginning to what you turned into. I was there for the whole thing, right? So I saw this dude become what he became, and I was there, and I saw the same thing when you played with James. I saw him become what he became, and those two guys, when I look at them together, I think that James is better. I think the only thing
it's not that you're way off. Like you have to leave conversation like this up to opinion. You can't say deadlift shrimp is better than Kobe. Not now. You got a problem. Now you got a problem. But hey, guys are close.
I wouldn't do something like that. I wouldn't do anything ridiculous like that. No,
conversation like this is just on how you get just
right.
Basically on opinion and how you feel. And I respect your opinion, but I have to respectfully disagree with you.
You commented, any list that doesn't have Kobe in the top 5, you don't have respect for it.
No.
You believe Kobe is a top 5 player all time. I'm talking about all players currently and
yeah, and I think a lot of players will tell you that actually played against him, to be honest with you. His mentality and his competitiveness it set him apart, and obviously, like, I didn't see Wilt play. I didn't see Mr. Bill Russell play, who I'm actually very fond of and tight with. I didn't see those guys play, so I don't want to disrespect them by any means. I'm saying guys that I've actually played against and seen play.
You saw Magic play, right?
I saw Magic. I got those two, LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan in my top 5.
I mean, that's not a bad top 5, but you do know in the history of sports, it's not. I don't know if we've ever had a guy ranked top 5 with only one MVP.
You're right, but MVP is kind of man-made, right? Like, even that's man-given. Your peers are the ultimate respect and the ultimate bar for how they feel about you. He went 5-2 in the finals. How I look at it too is if you look at tape, you look at any era, I believe Kobe would have been dominant in every single era. And I think his competitiveness and work ethic alone was separated from a lot of guys.
It seems to me you went more modern player than your top 5. Because like you said, you didn't see Russell play, you didn't see Chamberlain play, but you saw Tim Duncan.
I did see Tim Duncan. I think he's the best power forward ever. But you
saw Shaq.
I did see Shaq. I think Shaq's right there too.
You saw Larry Bird.
I did see Bird. It took me a while for even LeBron to pass. I saw Bird, but it took a while. Those guys are top 10.
Bird was an acquired taste because we had never seen. I had never seen a white guy be able to do what he was able to do, and I think you took it for granted. And then when you watched him, he bust up everybody. You talk about fearless.
Everybody. I talked to Dominique Wilkins about him. He was telling me stories when Bird had 60, he was talking to the bench. And they had to find some of their own players because they was like, man, hold on. You can't be laughing at me while I'm out here. This dude is killing people. He's different. But yeah, these guys, all those guys before me, except Bron's younger than me, but everybody else was older than me. So I still pay homage to people.
Kobe is Michael Jordan, just on the steroids. You're talking about skills. All right, what are you talking about? I'm talking about best player. Kobe has 5 rings. What's your argument?
All around.
And I'm saying all around, Kobe Bryant. Bro, it's LeBron.
Okay.
No.
If we're talking about skill, KD's 4th.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Skill alone, KD's 1. KD is 7 feet and can do everything Steph Curry can do.
Come on, man.
There's nothing you can't.
Come on, boy.
Competitive nature, championship. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Remember I told you that. 4.
I think the thing, Jordan is 3rd because his documentary. If LeBron dropped his documentary today, you say LeBron's the GOAT.
Bron's still
You say
second.
that.
Bron's still second. Kobe 1, Bron 2, Mike 3. They're all amazing. They're all the best ever. But it's just a low.
I think the closest thing to him was Kobe.
Listen, see what I say all the time. I swear, listen, that's how I feel. People can say what they want to say. In my book, my opinion, it's Mike and then it's Kobe. And then they say all of the other stuff, but I feel like Kobe gets slighted when they get to talking about all
people
this.
who played against Kobe.
Thank you.
They know.
Thank you. Like that's what I say. Like I feel like I sit here. To me, I don't get into debates no more because it's useless. Everybody got an opinion and a voice and this, that, and third. But anytime somebody try and go crazy with me, I throw my trump card on the table. I say, well, look, I didn't guarded both of them and I didn't score on both of them. And whoever else you bring into the conversation, I did that with them too. So I got a bigger opinion than you.
Yeah. Well, see, if you haven't played against either one of them guys, you don't realize how good they really were. And it's easy for people, especially when you have different social media feeds, when they get with these comparisons, who's the GOAT, who the greatest, who's not. I don't buy into all that. But when you play against guys like that and you know firsthand what they bring to the table, both of them was lethal. Yeah. And they didn't care anything about you when they got on that floor. Yeah. They were trying to cut your throat. Yeah. And it was the same way.
A lot of people don't have that type of mindset.
And that's why I had look, man, I ain't trying to play with you. I'm trying to bust your ass. That was
every night time I see you.
Yeah, and that was our mentality, man. But those two, and that's fine for me. And Michael said it best. I can't say I'm the greatest because I didn't play against Wilt. I didn't play against Russell. I didn't play against Oscar. Yeah. He said, y'all say I'm the great. And he said, that's cool, but those guys, that's who we flow out of. It's those guys. And so a lot of times, man, them guys don't get the props, and these guys won championships after championship after. Like Dr. J. How often do people talk about Dr. J?
Man, I don't give it to him.
And y'all understand who this guy was? Kareem, yeah.
He every favorite player's favorite player, though. You talk about the Doc.
But, a lot of times, when you got people who see the game, enjoy the game, they're fans of the game, but don't know the game.
Yeah, a casual
And that's
fan.
what you have.
Yeah,
That's what you have. You look at the fans back when played, the average fan knew the game.
Yeah.
They knew the game.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I had an analytic guy tell me, he said, made 2 is not as good as a missed 3. I'm like, huh?
That don't even make.
I'm like, how much sense that make?
Like, what? Come on, man.
So a made possession, where we put points on the board, that's still not a good shot opposed to a guy who just missed 3.
Shot. What?
I'm like, man, get out of my face.
That is the level of ignorance that resides in some of these front offices.
That's the analytic.
Not all,
trying
not
to
every, but that is the type of common sense that you have to encounter, bro. Like, you just said what? Like, a bucket
sometimes
it's not as good as a non-bucket? In what realm? I don't care what you're trying to say. I scored.
I said,
you didn't score.
I said,
that was
when they
better.
make a comment like this, are you even qualified to talk basketball to me?
The best player ever.
Wow.
Yeah. He is.
You got Kobe over Mike?
That's just to me, he's the best player ever.
Wow.
Yeah. He is.
You got Kobe over Mike?
That's just my favorite player.
Right.
But, Mike is in a completely different, he's by himself.
Right.
But if I had to say, Kobe is the best player ever.
When you said you texted him Kobe legend, say you texted Kobe a photo of him shooting over 3 people, and Kobe says, means someone should have an easy putback if I miss.
Yeah, he meant that. Like
He laughed, but he was dead ass serious.
Right.
Because again, like you said, those teams that he was on, he probably felt that, you know, they could get the putbacks.
Right.
He felt like his shot was the best shot, even if it was on 3 or 4 people.
I mean, when you look at, when I look at the NBA now, it's like when Kobe came, the Jordan shoe was the lick.
Yeah.
Now it seems to be the Kobe shoe is what the Jordan shoe used to be to the NBA players today.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that?
I think on the court for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Kobe's shoe is, you know, the shoe to wear. And I believe it's probably that because I feel like Jordan limit the type of shoes that he let the players wear. Now,
Really?
If he let players wear like the retros and all that, then, you know, it might be a little bit even. But, I mean, Kobe shoes are more comfortable.
Yeah,
on
because
the
he
court.
don't really let him wear the Jordan. He let him wear the Jordan line. He don't.
All these things, they wasn't, and so quite naturally in the neighborhood, you develop what? An envy. It's much easier for you to be like, man, that's some cold, man, that's player. That's real player, man. I appreciate that. I'm proud of you. That's the hardest thing to do. The easiest thing to do is what they do. This, you know, you have, and then now when you give that to a media platform, and now it's even trickling down to some of the younger players. They purposely don't say his name in things. Oh, I played this because of these people. But again, everybody didn't always have the Mamba mentality. The Mamba mentality came after Kobe was really done. Then all of a sudden, everybody had the Mamba mentality.
Because the Mamba mentality, everybody frowned upon it because they say he was ball hogging.
Yeah, but when he was playing, because I was there, he wasn't hanging out with none of these guys. You know, you get what I'm saying?
I do.
But I'm not surprised because I come from it. I wish it was different, but I'm not surprised because I come from it. But what impresses me more is that guy don't do unto those what they do to him. His door's always been open. Every time you see somebody, man, what's up? Show love, etc. Even when there's
Is he too
friction.
nice? Because
Too nice.
Because Jordan gave the players he played it with it, but he like I ain't fooling with y'all. Kobe really didn't fool
But you
with
gotta
him.
understand, some familiarity breed disrespect, and I tell him that sometimes. They can walk past somebody and don't even speak. That make that person want to speak to you more. If you speak to that person every time, it becomes, and that's the treatment that he gets sometimes. You get what I'm saying? They get on Draymond for being his friend. It's craziness, right? Right. But again, this is not about, that's not an athlete thing. That's a people thing. And that's why I said what I said when we were talking on First Take. We have to break those cycles. I'm not going to do unto those others as they done to me. That's just not what I come from, because you don't want those habits created. So,
is the Jordan LeBron debate ever going to end?
Welcome to the Kobe Bryant film room. And as you guys see, I put a couple of clips together just to show you guys how much of a liar the media is. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, we have so much propaganda and so many narratives that they actually tell you things that go against your own damn eyes. Things you can see on video footage, y'all. Like, this stuff is online and it's available. It's sad and it's sickening that we got to this point. But I hope you notice at the end of all those video clips and commentary about how great Kobe was, right? And how players had him in the top 5 or either in their top 2 or either the greatest ever, right? We get to the last clip, Shannon and Rich Paul sitting on a couch talking shit. And you could see, I clipped it up to where you could see the jealousy of Rich Paul, right? This is LeBron's right-hand man. So you know they're talking. They talk, right? And so you could hear the jealousy because players were putting Kobe in their top 5. The younger players. He says, oh, well, it's because of they disrespect LeBron. They don't respect LeBron, blah, 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 blah. They're doing it on purpose to spite him. First of all, how do you know they're doing it on purpose to spite him? They may just love Kobe. They grew up, a lot of them grew up on Kobe, right? Second of all, LeBron's still playing. And some players don't like the ranked players who are still playing, right? Because there's a competitiveness that's involved in that, man. You don't want to give a guy props that you're going against, right? A lot of players don't like to do that. You have a couple of players that will engage in that, but most won't, right? And so here we are having another GOAT debate, right? This is all they do all fucking day. But without further ado, let's get into it.
So when discussing who the greatest NBA player of all time is, there's usually 2 camps, right? Team LeBron and Team MJ. However, according to former Laker Trevor Ariza, the real answer is someone else entirely. Ariza gave his opinion on Club Shay Shay. It's a good podcast. You guys should check it out. Take a listen.
To me, he's the best player ever. Wow. Yeah, he is.
And see, the shock on Shannon's face is bullshit. Because like I showed in the beginning of this video, I showed Shannon's top players, right? I showed his top players of all time, one being, I guess, well, God first, Jordan, and then Kobe, right? So Kobe was at least top 2 in 2012. This is a tweet from 2012. This is how fake these niggas are, right? But we're going to pull their whole card, right? He had Kobe, number 2, all time, 2012. Now, I don't know where all this shit came from about this MVP standard that these guys have. Now they want to change the criteria now that it fits. They're trying to push LeBron into this further, be eclipsing Michael using storylines. It's okay if he eclipses Michael on the court, but you guys have to use storylines along with different types of statistics type tweaking and the plus minus. They're lying about his plus minus on the team and all this shit. You have to use shenanigans in order to prove your point. You know, people are allowed to have whatever GOAT they want. It don't have to be him. This is the reason why niggas is starting to hate him.
That's just my favorite player.
Look at the shock on his face.
I mean, Mike is in a completely different. He's by himself. Right. But if I had to say, Kobe is the best player ever.
LeBron James is the current oldest player in the NBA. I mean,
What? I mean, Trey,
you played,
1B. Kobe 1A. 1B.
See, they don't like that. That's what got them triggered. That's what made them do the show. But notice they didn't do a show on Dwayne Wade's comments. And Dwayne Wade is a better player than Trevor Ariza. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? He was a superstar in the NBA. Shannon interviewed Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade went right after Shannon's interview and made an explosive comment that should have changed how we view Kobe Bryant's career, right? But it didn't come out. Why? Because these cocksuckers on TV, these agenda-driven, narrative-pushing puppets on TV didn't want it to get out. So they choose a subject where Trevor Ariza was asked a question by this clown over here on the right in the damn pink or whatever the fuck he's wearing, was asked a question, and then he comes on this show to criticize the nigga for the question he asked. Clown shit.
Well, first of all, I'm confused. Because he said Kobe's the best, but he did say
You shouldn't be confused. You should have asked him questions when he said that. You shouldn't be confused. You're the interviewer. Why the fuck are you still confused after the interview?
Class by himself.
Right. I was going to say that.
What?
Yeah.
So is Kobe in a class by himself? Jordan in a class by
First of
himself?
all, let's not lose the comedic element of that. Because Shannon, did you see how exasperated Shannon was? Shannon was like this. I invited this brother to be a guest. I appreciate him being on my show, but damn it, what is he talking about?
But for me, Legs, I think in order for us to have the GOAT conversation, I think you have to have criteria.
You see that? Okay, in order to have a conversation, this motherfucker said a conversation. This is his fucking opinion. Listen to this.
My criteria is you have to win 3 regular season MVPs and 2 finals MVPs. That's why Kareem.
This is his fucking criteria. But yet these clowns keep pushing this shit on everybody else. Everybody doesn't have that fucking criteria. Fuck your criteria, nigga.
Jordan, that's why Magic, that's why LeBron, Wilt, when we think of guys like that, that's why we put them in the GOAT conversation. Now, I get it, the flair for the dramatics. Kobe.
Nigga, I had some Magic Johnson fans come and sit here and say, hey, I think Kobe's number 2. I got Magic number 1. And I said, okay. I didn't block them. I didn't call them stupid. I didn't call them ignorant. Nigga, they watch basketball. They think they have a different perspective on how they view the game. Even LeBron James fans. I didn't block LeBron James fans. Now, I went toe-to-toe because they're trying to get at Kobe's career, right? But other than that, I don't go at people for their opinions.
Shots. But it's just not all about rings. You look at LeBron, a 13-time first-team All-NBA player, a 17-time All-NBA player, about to be a 20-time All-Star game starts. I think when you break all of it in its totality.
And these niggas is begging. He's begging. Wow. These niggas are begging and pleading for everybody to have LeBron James in their top 2.
I have LeBron.
This shit's crazy.
But, you know, people like, okay, it's Jordan. And the guy that really never got any credit was Kareem. Because he has 6
Y'all never bring him up. Look, they're wondering why Kareem doesn't get credit. You motherfuckers never bring him up. The conversation's Jordan and LeBron because you motherfuckers make it Jordan and LeBron. The kids are going to repeat whatever the fuck you guys are talking about. And you guys know that.
6 championships. He was the all-time leading scorer until Brian surpassed him. I think a lot of this is like when you play with someone, you have an infinity, you have a sense of.
So they love statistics, right? Let's get this out the way. They love statistics, but then don't want to bring Wilt Chamberlain into the conversation. They want to just dismiss his era, right? Because they know that Wilt Chamberlain's statistics blow everybody else's statistics out the water. So they don't want to use that. No. Yeah, no, we don't want to qualify that. We're going to go past the 60s. We're going to go to the 70s. Oh, Kareem's got the scoring championship. He's got 6 championships. Oh, no, it ain't all about rings and records, right? Then we get to LeBron. We get to MJ. 6 titles, you know what I'm saying? No finals losses, right? Oh, it ain't always about being perfect. Right? So now we got to diminish the criteria even more. Oh, Kobe won. He has the accolades. He has the numbers. He's probably the most skilled player of all time, but he don't belong in this conversation. Why? Because awards we wouldn't give him as the media that you know he deserved.
But
shit's crazy, bro. But LeBron doesn't have to win. He could go to NBA Finals after NBA Finals after NBA Finals. He could lose. Losing counts against Jerry West. Losing counts against everybody on the list except for LeBron. Right? Then we have to factor in stats, which they discount Oscar Robertson and all those other guys for.
For me,
it's bullshit,
it's Jordan, LeBron, and I'm in Team LeBron's camp.
I think finally, though, I will say this. At least to me, there are 2 guys.
Here's Alf. Here's Alf right here. By the way, y'all, Stephen A's Mr. Potato Head. Shannon is Charlie Horse. And this is Alf.
It's LeBron and Michael Jordan, right? It's worthy of the debate. I'm going to be with Jordan. I'm going to, look, and part of it is personal bias. That was my
played the era.
And my whole career was the 90s. This dude won 6 titles in the 90s, all right? So, yeah.
And this is absolutely fine. What he's saying right here, no problem. No video would be done on this until where he goes next.
It is a little bit personal because you see.
Which one is the real 23 though?
You saw that up close, the one on the left. I appreciate Mike ran that number up. Honor me, I understand. He came into Washington and he picked 23 because I had just left there. I understand. He wanted to honor me. Right. We understand that. Listen, Mike, appreciate that. No, listen, that's where the debate lies. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever heard another player really or anybody say Kobe.
Right? And see, here's where he gets into the lying motherfucker category. Right? And this is where he's a piece of trash, right? The reason why I say that, and the reason why I feel comfortable saying that, see, when I call these people out, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? He works for ESPN. Y'all like, oh, he might not have seen it. Dumb niggas. He works for ESPN. You think he don't know shit about sports? He don't know what's going on interviews and different podcasts? Because I went to the Quentin Richardson podcast. Dominique Wilkins was in there. Dwayne Wade made his comments. Right? You got he knows, well, he discounts Kyrie. He might discount KD too. These motherfuckers discount whoever they don't like. But you got all these different players, right? Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. You had Jim Jackson up there, right? Who they didn't bring back on the show, mind you. We haven't seen Jim Jackson in a long ass time, right? They don't bring these niggas up, right? Now, I just showed you a laundry list of players, and I could have showed you more. And there's players behind the scenes that won't come out and say it. Kwame Brown said statements. I didn't show that in the video. There's plenty of players, right? And it was been a long narrative that Kobe is chosen by the players. That's what they always said. But this dude has no fucking clue. Listen to this clown.
You? I have. Until he just said, but you're right.
He has it. And now he has it. Look at Shannon. He is a lying motherfucker. That's why his ass is looking down right now. He's a lying motherfucker. Because he heard plenty of players say that shit.
Listen, Mike's in a totally different class. Go together. He disqualified the Kobe statement about where he put MJ. I'm going to ride with Jordan. We understand.
And all that shit is his opinion.
But at least it's worthy of the debate now.
Well, listen.
It's been worthy of the debate.
It was a very ignorant statement on the part of Trevor Ariza. Now, let me say.
Now listen to this nigga. He's just called Trevor Ariza's statement ignorant, right? Because they asked him his opinion. How the fuck can you listen? How he does it? He's a professional basketball player. You got 3 niggas combined on this set who ain't as good as Trevor Ariza was. 3 of them combined, right? Trevor Ariza was better than all 3 of them. You got 2 niggas who never played basketball. Like, this shit is ridiculous, bro. But his statement's ignorant. He don't have knowledge on it. He played with both niggas.
This to Trevor Ariza, mad respect for him. 22 years in the NBA. Not many people can say that. And obviously there was a time when he was an elite defensive player.
Y'all LeBron fans wonder why people hate LeBron's guts? It's because they forced this nigga on people. And they forced this GOAT debate. It's forced.
And so you give him props and you give him his respect. But this is a perfect example of why sometimes when you're asking players about stuff, you can't trust them. You just can't trust them because, you know, the teammate stuff. Kobe is
now his teammates. Now, if he would have said LeBron and all this great flowery shit about LeBron, they would have put Trevor Ariza's statements on ESPN and they would have praised him. They would say, oh, Trevor Ariza played with him, so he knows what he's talking about from experience. This is goddamn bullshit, bro.
Even the greatest.
It's stupid shit. And guess what? They keep, you know how many times, this is how you know it's an agenda, and that I disagree. Now, I agree with Kwame when Kwame said it's about money, but I think it's deeper than money. I think Kobe rejected some offers, and I'm going to leave it at that. I think it's deeper than money, bro, because they literally almost bring this nigga up every fucking day. Shannon did not have to ask Trevor Ariza about the GOAT conversation and Kobe Bryant. He did not have to ask him. He said, oh, you played with both. He did not have to ask him, right? He chose to ask him, right? And then when they bring up Kobe's name, they do it as a slight. You heard Rich Paul's statements. They used it as a slight. You know what I'm saying? And they lie when they're doing it.
It would be Michael Jordan. He's second to Michael Jordan. Secondly, his style.
That's your opinion, nigga.
Michael Jordan. That since he came second to
all this is
MJ
opinion
in that regard, how could he possibly be the best? So that automatically disqualifies him. When we look at LeBron, even though we compare LeBron to
all
Jordan,
this shit is his fucking opinion.
Two different styles.
But he's just saying it as a matter of fact. It's his fucking opinion.
You understand? LeBron is more of a playmaker and MJ's an assassin. MJ's an assassin, but LeBron is a 27-point game scorer throughout his career. And you can't ignore that. You can't ignore his greatness, the 4 MVPs, the 4 titles, the 10 trips to the finals, all of these different things. Kobe Bryant, first time.
The reason why they're doing this to Kobe, it all surrounds LeBron. They're going to spend more time on LeBron than they are the Michael Jordan. right? Because Gilbert, Trevor Ariza said he was the greatest ever, right? So they're gonna spend all this time on LeBron James, and they're not gonna mention Kareem. They're not gonna mention Wilt. They're just gonna mention these guys for the majority of this conversation. They're gonna bring up LeBron. They brought up Kareem and them in the beginning to appear to be objective. But watch how the rest of the conversation go.
3 titles was with Shaq in his prime, who was arguably the most.
Look at the
dominant
discrediting
force
of the
that we've ever
championships.
seen at the big man spot, even though some people would say Wilt Chamberlain. So you look at it from that.
Now Kobe was putting up LeBron numbers. Those 3 years, he averaged what, 20, 25? 25, 26. He averaged 29 in the regular season for the Lakers overall. Right? So, meanwhile, making first team defensive teams, right? Meanwhile, being the second best player at times, or the best player in the league at times, right? But they're just gonna discredit that and act like he was Scottie Pippen.
But I definitely think that when you talk about the GOAT, it's a 3-pronged conversation. It could be LeBron, MJ, or Kareem in some people's eyes. To me, it's MJ. 10-time scoring champion.
And that's his goddamn opinion.
All NBA defensive team player, okay? With the 6 titles, undefeated in the finals. He never allowed a series to go 7 games in the finals. All of those different things.
I thought, and this is what they say, I thought championships are a team accomplishment. When it comes to Kobe, the finals the championships are a team accomplishments when they're arguing for LeBron James. But then they bring up MJ, and now it's all MJ. MJ did it by himself. But when Kobe wins, it's not a team award no more. I mean, it's not an individual award no more. It's a team award. We keep going back. Shannon brought up MVPs. Is MVPs not a team award for the past 20 fucking years? 30 years? Has it not been a team award? You have to have the best. You have to be the best player on the best team, right? You heard what Q Rich and them said. Kobe was the best player in the league. Everybody understood that. These are coming from niggas in the league. Everybody understood that shit. Even though he wasn't making the going far in the postseason, right? Because he didn't have the team, right? Oh, it's funny how we switch back and forth, huh?
Here's what I would say this, and I don't say this to throw any shade whatsoever on LeBron James, but I use it, Tim, to just draw a distinction.
And they're going to go right back to the LeBron Mike argument. Here we go.
Him and MJ. And this is why I can understand.
Slow news day, huh, Stephen A?
Kobe, even though Kobe, to me, doesn't belong in that conversation. Here's the deal.
Why not? Oh, because you didn't cover Dwayne Wade's comments of why LeBron joined Miami. Because you guys don't cover certain shit that would paint Kobe in a positive light. You don't. So your followers or your people who watch your show religiously are uninformed, right? And you prey on that. You guys prey on people being uninformed and ignorant. And you pray because people like statistics. People like the 50%, the 60% field goal percentages, but no fucking wins in the playoffs. You praise that shit. Right? You praise that shit. You don't praise doing it what it takes to win. You don't praise sacrificing for your team to win. But Kobe gets penalized. He's the only player in NBA history who gets penalized for playing with great players. Larry Bird doesn't get penalized for playing with great players. Magic Johnson don't get penalized for playing with great players. Michael Jordan doesn't get penalized for playing with Scottie Pippen. But what we say? Well, Kobe had power, right? No other player in the NBA history gets penalized for playing with other all-time great players. And guess what? LeBron doesn't get penalized no matter how much he stacks the deck, no matter how many great players he plays with. They're all bums, they're all trash. Right? These motherfuckers had the Lakers being dominant with their roster before the season started. As soon as they started losing, the narrative came out, he didn't have shit around him. Right? Now they're winning, they're kind of quiet about it again. Wait till they start losing again. Now he ain't gonna have no help. Right? Right? They're quiet about LeBron's turnovers. Quiet about how he's about to pass. See, what they do is they give you the positive records, don't give you the negative records. But if it was Kobe, they would say most missed shots in NBA history, most this, most that. Kobe wasn't efficient, blah, 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 blah. Well, what did these other players score in some of their playoff series? Were they efficient in all their playoff series?
LeBron James didn't win the first 7 to 8 years just like Jordan did it. Okay?
Who
But
won
LeBron
during
was
those years,
considered
Stephen A?
to be somebody that was scared of the moment and had to mature into being that guy. That was never MJ. You looked at MJ, Bird called him God in gym shorts.
And see, here we go with another narrative, right? So he's being called God in gym shorts, right? Which is high praise from Larry Bird. But nigga, I guess he's trying to, this is what they do, right? And I love Michael Jordan, but they kind of turn Michael Jordan into this God figure, right? I love Michael Jordan. He inspired Kobe's game. We understand that. I love basketball. I love Michael Jordan. But they turn him into this Jesus type like figure, right? That's why this nigga said God with tennis shoes. Bro, he's a basketball player. He's not God. He was great, phenomenal basketball player. He's not God, right? Stop doing that shit, nigga. But see, this is what they do, right? To get the masses to worship these celebrities, these people on top.
In the league, he dropped 63 at the Garden. Even
Oh, and by the way, the same argument goes for Kobe. Where Kobe wasn't afraid of the moment. So it looks like he made an argument for Jordan that applies to Kobe too, which is weird.
Swept in that series, okay, in the 3-game series, okay? We see the migraine headache by Scottie Pippen against Detroit in Game 7. You know, all of this other stuff. There were obstacles that had...
You see how he mentions the migraine headache? And look, to all my Jordan fans out there, this is not a knock on Jordan. But all my Jordan fans right here, y'all tend to love basketball history and appreciate other all-time greats. I'm going to ask y'all the question. You see how he highlights Michael Jordan's flu game? But doesn't highlight that Kobe won with a broken finger, right? Kobe won with a bum ankle and a hurt knee. He beat the Celtics, the big three Celtics, with a hurt ankle. He had help from his teammates, like every other great does. But he beat them with a bum finger. Does he bring this shit up? Do they bring this shit up? Whenever they're downing and shitting on Kobe, do they bring up the fact that he had a broken finger? That he won with a broken finger? No. But what do we hear? Flu game, flu game, flu game, flu game, flu game.
Nothing to do with Michael Jordan. There were times that you looked at LeBron over the course of those first initial years, and his approach, his mental toughness came into question, not necessarily wanting and being shy of the moment. That is the mark against him. Now, since he's won titles, you can look at him. If you compared since he's won to MJ, it's a more of a compelling debate.
You can do that for anybody, bro. Once a nigga win, of course you could start from the point of success. I mean, damn, bro. But it's not about that, bro. It's about Michael having a bag. Michael had moves. Michael was a deadly mid-range scorer. Michael was explosive. Michael was a fierce competitor. Michael defended. LeBron is a great competitor, but he's not maniacal like Michael was. He's not insane like Michael was. He's not like that like Kobe and Mike was. He's not. You niggas keep trying to create these storylines. It ain't working.
The problem is leading up to the titles, you looked at who's going to help Jordan. With LeBron, you looked at him and said, are you scared? Scared to go to the free throw line? You scared that you ain't going to make the free throw? Is that why you decide to fall away shot instead of taking somebody that's twice your half your size?
It wasn't even necessarily because he was scared. And see, they put that, oh, he just got over being scared. No, it's his skill set. He could not fucking shoot back then. It wasn't even all about being scared. And he couldn't really read defenses. Shout out to Carcino. I was listening to Carcino for Life's live stream the other day, and what he said was an absolute fact. Shane Battier taught LeBron how to play defense, as far as like how people were defending him, right? He taught him how to read defenses. LeBron did not know what to do. He kept running into traps. I have nonstop footage of this shit that I'll be happy to upload if people disagree with me. He just kept running, trying to run through the zone because he didn't develop his jump shot yet. Now he's miles away from that. He's way more confident today than he was back then. He's confident now. He doesn't second guess himself. He just goes right into his motion. But back then, he did not want to take that shot. And every now and then, that shit pops back up. That's the reason why people have questions about LeBron in the clutch.
The post
Let's
and
go.
taking advantage of them. That's the difference. And that's what people look at.
I think the biggest thing is what Jordan did is that we harp on Jordan's record in the finals, and it's great.
Yeah.
But he was losing before he got to the finals. Where Jordan got credit for losing before he got swept in the first round.
So now, see what Shannon does? Shannon goes into, he applies everything to the team now. Now he's saying, Jordan, to the individual. He applies everything to the individual, right? Now he's saying, Jordan was supposed to beat the Celtics, but LeBron needed a team, right? So Jordan needed a team. So why does he use this double standard when it comes to Michael Jordan? I'm confused. Oh, narratives. I forgot.
LeBron got criticized for losing in the finals. So only Jordan.
LeBron got criticized for choking in the finals, for not accepting challenges, for not showing up. He didn't get criticized for losing. He got criticized for other shit, right? That's what he was getting criticized for shying away from the moment, for talking shit with Dwayne Wade and not backing it up. And then he came out and criticized the viewers, right? The quote unquote haters who were going after him, right? Who were talking about how he performed.
But he was losing before he got to the finals. Where Jordan got credit for losing before he got swept in the first round, LeBron got criticized for losing in the finals.
Okay, so Shannon brings up the fact that Michael Jordan was losing before he got to the finals. But again, what's worse? Going to a girl's house and and being at the door, not being able to hit, or her just telling you off the jump that you have no chance, right? I'd rather somebody tell me off the jump that I ain't got no chance rather than get to the door 10 times and get, you know what I'm saying? And get fucking embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Have to drive all the way fucking home. I'd rather never have to fucking leave my house if I can help it. But see, they are trying to give him credit for going to the finals. Going to the finals is an accomplishment, but you can't, when it comes to winning, you can't put that in the same category as winning. Like, this is ridiculous. This is what they're trying to do.
Jordan got credit for losing before he got swept in the first round. LeBron got criticized.
Jordan never got credit for losing. Jordan was criticized for losing. See, this is bullshit. Jordan still doesn't get credit for losing before he gets to the finals. It's just that when he had help and he had a great team around him, he didn't lose. He was performing. He was doing his thing. LeBron got a great squad and got embarrassed multiple times, right? He didn't make the play-in tournament years ago with 2 top 75 players, right? So, I mean, we're talking about record blowouts in 2014. You know what I mean? Because since you guys want to ignore how the team did, we're just going to focus on one nigga.
After losing in the finals. So only Jordan can convince.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate. Well, LeBron didn't get criticized when they lost to the San Antonio Spurs in 2007. We all knew that the San Antonio...
Well, listen, everybody took it easy on him, right? And I had a talk with Big Dog Talk Sports, my homeboy. He got a channel, subscribe to him. I had to talk with him about it. I said, look, if they're not going to give Jordan and Kobe a break when they were 22 years old, I'm not giving LeBron a break when he was 22 years old. I don't give a fuck, right? And we can give him that because, he was young. You don't expect him to, it's his first time ever. You can give him that. But not when they're fucking shitting on Kobe and Jordan, saying Jordan couldn't get past the Celtics and Kobe with the low field goal percentage and all this other fucking bullshit, right? Even though he won with that low field goal percentage, but he did his job, right? But we praise him for getting there, but Kobe actually won. But that's a topic for another discussion. But so LeBron was in the finals. He played like shit, right? So this is the thing, right? I can look past that and not be petty, but guess what? They're being petty, right? So we bring that shit up. But LeBron played like shit in that finals. In that finals, those finals games were close. He just didn't have a jump shot to loosen the defense up. He didn't. And they blame his teammates, which is absolute bullshit. They were good enough. They just lost. San Antonio was better.
No, but just hold on. But you say that's a part of what you call he got swept. He got swept. You tell me the team that Jordan beat in the finals that's comparable to the 17-18 Golden State Warriors.
Okay, so this is a narrative, right? So he used 17-18. Notice how he used 17-18. He didn't use 16-17, right? Now I understand 2018 Kyrie left. He didn't, but I remember the media had LeBron winning that series. And you could go back and check out the big game, the big shit Shannon was talking during that series. And even before that series, he was talking big shit. If you're on the court, listen, all LeBron's finals losses count against him. When you on the court, you on the fucking court. Kobe was injured for a lot of his championship series. He's on the court. He loses, nigga. The team lost, he lost. He's part of the team. You don't get a pass. No one gets a pass. You were there. You lost. The better team won. You salute them. You take your loss like a man. You come back better. That doesn't make, just because Jordan is 6-0, I don't think that makes him a better basketball player when we're talking about skills. Jordan's a better basketball player because of other things he does that LeBron doesn't do. The mid-range, the defense, right? Just the all-around scoring ability, the intimidation factor, fear factor, the dominance. That's why he's a better basketball player. Ain't because of this 6-0 shit, right? When we're talking about team stuff.
Okay. I want you to talk, because I think you said enough.
No, that is a very fair and valid point. That question about who they had to play and who they had.
That's a fucking excuse. LeBron in 16-17, because he brought up 17 and 18 strategically, because most of you niggas remember 2018. You don't remember 2017. Kyrie and Kevin Love were still there. The year before that, Kyrie outplayed Steph Curry. Right? He outplayed Steph Curry and dominated Steph Curry. Really, he dominated the Warriors. Right? The next year, they got their ass whooped. The matchups were Kevin Love, Draymond, Kyrie, Steph, LeBron, KD. And then you had Clay, who didn't really play particularly well. He was like the third option. He didn't play well. But those games were relatively close. In 2016, 2017, they just got their ass beat. The Rockets almost beat the Warriors, y'all. They weren't unbeatable. Those Warriors teams had trouble getting past Kawhi Leonard. They weren't unbeatable. Kawhi Leonard got injured, and that changed the whole trajectory of the series. That's what happened.
It's a fair point. I think for me, where I've drawn the line, it has a lot to do with what Stephen A. just said, and I will go back to like LeBron in the finals against Dallas, right?
Yes, that moment. You can't
never seen an athlete on that level.
That's why you said I said
that looked that way. Right. It was one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen, sitting there courtside watching that game after game, because it literally looked like a guy on that level that was looking at a defense saying, I really don't know what to do, because he had lost all confidence in his ability to shoot a jump shot.
Right.
Now, how do I get to the rim with Tyson Chandler back there?
But you let these clowns tell me that him and Kobe, he was better than Kobe during the 2000s. They say he was a better jump shooter than Kobe. But listen to what Tim Legler, and Tim Legler's a lying motherfucker, but listen to what he says.
How to affect the game in that way. It was kind of fascinating to watch, and that's what we're talking about. Like, I don't think that can ever enter the thought process of Michael Jordan.
Well, let me tell you something I don't think you're bringing up. It's especially you, Mr. Black Hulk. I don't know why you didn't bring this up either. It was considerably tougher to stop.
So, Stephen A. saying it was considerably tougher. Right? I understand that. right? We all understand that it was considerably tougher. But you don't take that into account. The 2000s where Kobe was actually winning and LeBron struggled, it was considerably a tougher era back then as well. You motherfuckers don't take shit into the rule changes in 2004. No, they don't take that into account, right? They don't take none of this shit into account.
The style of play back then, the physicality that was allowed. There was a Jordan rule for a reason. The people were bringing this stuff up. Pat Riley decides to depart from LA. A couple of years later, he comes and he takes over the Knicks. What does he do? It's Thug City. He got. Right. I'm not calling anybody. I'm talking about the style of play. Right. Football, basketball. Mason, Ewing, and all these. It's like, we gonna change it. No, that stuff wasn't allowed. I'm not saying LeBron could not have handled that. Right. Don't get me wrong. I'm simply saying the brand of basketball that Jordan had to endure and maneuver his way through comes into play. The road to prosperity was far more difficult.
Okay, so LeBron won a championship in 2012, 2013, and then 2016, right? Then he didn't win the championship till 2020, right? Scoring was significantly easier, and the big man has completely damn near been eradicated from the game. There's only a handful of big men who are really good, dominant big men, right? The game is opened up, and there's a lot of three-point shots, and the pace has been increased, right? But we're not going to bring this shit up when it comes to Kobe, no. And notice how they're no longer talking about Kobe and Trevor Ariza anymore. The conversation switched back to where they want it to be. LeBron versus Jordan. Putting LeBron's name next to Jordan every fucking day so that people can think LeBron is number 2. Right? Now they only brung up Trevor Ariza to basically just chastise him and insult him. Because they didn't even argue basketball. They just argued awards. They didn't argue what they saw on the court. Because they can't. They don't argue none of that shit. All they argue is awards. He doesn't have MVPs. Since when did the MVP make you the best player in the world? And besides, they didn't even want to give Kobe the MVPs that he rightfully deserved. Right? These are narratives. So their goal was accomplished. They chastised Trevor Ariza for his comments. They shitted on him, and they shitted on Kobe. Shannon Sharp had every opportunity to ask that grown-ass man that question that he's talking about up here, those questions, to his face. He didn't, because he didn't want the answers.
And we keep forgetting that. You're talking about a team with Golden State led by KD, Steph, Clay. I get all of that. But I'm sorry, I'm going to forget Magic for a second. Gary Payton and Sean Kemp was no joke.
Man, stop there, Stephen A.
I'm not comparing them to Golden State. I'm simply saying the style of play, combined with who they were and what the league entailed with Phoenix, with Barkley and Kevin Johnson. We keep forgetting Kevin Johnson, how bad that brother was, too. We keep forgetting that stuff. I'm just telling you right now, it was a lot tougher physically. Yeah. And Jordan wasn't 260 pounds.
But
somehow he took your will. They took LeBron's will in that Dallas series.
And what you guys have done is that you've taken physicality with talent.
Hold on. Physicality is a part of the game and always has. It's an intimidation factor. It's a mental edge, right? If you can punk somebody, you can make somebody not be aggressive. You can make somebody not take a shot. That's the mental part of the game that they're completely trying to take out the game. Now you can't even celebrate a dunk. This NBA, these players are talented, but the NBA rules are weak. Even the players will tell you that. Damn, the players are looking like, damn, I can't celebrate after a dunk. I can't talk a little shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk a little shit to somebody. We made a big deal out of the Ime Udoka situation. That shit happens all the time. Niggas is talking shit. And you know what I'm saying? But this is a soft era as far as the rules, right? You got players who are tough, but this is a soft era. They don't have to prove nothing. There's nobody who can really get in people's faces and really check somebody, like the intimidation. All the enforcers are gone. There's hardly any veterans in some of these locker rooms. The young kids are just doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
When Detroit is tackling people,
There's a
Miami
mental
Heat-
side of basketball that a lot of people forget. And they think it's all about talent. Sometimes you can punk a nigga and the nigga just play like shit. It's not, he's super talented. You can just punk him. That's basketball. That's basketball, yo.
We thought that's beautiful basketball. But what did they do, Stephen A? Tell me how they changed the rules when they started dragging Jordan out the sky. They started calling flagrant fouls. They cut the handshake out because, we want him to go every way he wants to go because we want him to be like a ballerina on fire.
We want Jordan to go
Well, they actually created a play-in tournament that never existed before to benefit this newer generation and LeBron James. So if you're going to mention that, you got to mention the play-in tournament as well, and the fact that you can't put your hands on no damn body. You have to literally let somebody drive to the lane. He's 6'9", 250. Of course he's going to get to the fucking paint.
Where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Roll your eyes at me like that. Right? You ain't right. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You trying to tell me
Yeah.
that Jordan, they made rules easy for Jordan? Are you telling me you listening to this?
Here's Molly being annoying as she usually be. But anyways, that's going to do it for the Kobe Bryant film room, man. They capping is bullshit. I don't know whether to put this on Tearing Down the Legacy or Hellified Cap. I might use Tearing Down the Legacy because that's exactly what they're aiming to do. These dudes seem like every time they bring Kobe's name up is to take away. And you don't have to have Kobe as the GOAT. You don't. I have Kobe as the GOAT. That's me. You got Mike. You got LeBron. You can have whoever the fuck you want. But it seems like LeBron's camp and the people who are close to him, this GOAT conversation is really important to these guys. To the fact that they want to bring this shit up and force it on us every fucking day. And this is the most irritating shit that I've ever seen in my life. People hate this nigga. People are talking. Look, Scap Attack is on LeBron's ass. And I'm going to do some Scap Attack reactions. But Scap Attack is fully dedicated and devoted to stomping on LeBron's ass. And so, because people are getting tired of this shit, bro. Disrespect the legends, disrespecting everybody, shitting on everybody, shitting on Trevor Ariza's opinion. Bro, you asked him a question, Shannon. You asked him a question, he gave you the answer. If you wanted him to explain these things, why, you should have asked him. But now you go on the show, right, in order to kind of chastise him with Stephen A. and Tim Legum. And that's bullshit. But anyways, guys, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, Tearing Down a Legacy, Part 7. I'm out.